Trans people are not the enemy. The problems in your life, if you really sit down and look at them, have nothing to do with trans people. Nothing to do with trans people and what they're doing to their own bodies. Nothing to do with trans people existing in film, LGBT people, characters in movies. The problems in your life aren't there, but they've given you another scary they keep pointing the finger of what you're supposed to be afraid of, and that's your new enemy. And people keep falling for it.
Right now, it's not a good time to be a queer person in the United States. There's all this distraction and laws saying queer people are gonna take your kids and turn them into goblins. And I'm just really happy to be playing a character who is openly queer and also a human, normal, good person. I love Joel, and I love that Joel is not a saint, but he's also not a stereotype. He's a full person.
When you take a company like Target, putting Pride Month merch in the back of the store, that's the middle ground. That's because they're trying to appease people who live in a totally different reality. And they're just trying to sell clothes. Truth is, most of these corporations probably don't care about half the causes that they sell the merch for. Right. They just know we'll buy it. In an effort to please one group, another group has all of a sudden, just out the blue, by the way, it's not like Pride Month merch is a new thing, but now all of a sudden, they're mad. Now the corporations are having to choose.
This whole thing about Bud Light, it's kind of, we gotta stop seeing this as ridiculous, which I saw it as when I first saw it.
Right.
It's not ridiculous. To them, it's highly symbolic indicator of authority, privilege, which they want to run only in their direction.
In this world of Trump lies, the right-wing lies, they just found they could lie and lie and lie and lie and get a long way on that one. But Trump particularly, and Boris Johnson in our country, just make stuff up. This is actually true. And so there you go, there's a crazy thing. Actually coming out and being honest about your situation.
All these things, it's a storm of hatred, it's a storm of fear, but I think the way to combat that is with humor, which I think is a healing force. It's the force of optimism, really. And but most importantly, it's a way to be able to get together and celebrate the fact that we can be together.
The legislators bringing up these laws are saying, like, well, trans kids aren't normal, so we need to not let them be trans. And intersex kids also aren't normal, so we have to basically stuff them into the male and female box so that everyone can feel like, oh, it's normal, it's fine, it's all the gender expectations that we've all been given and have lived with for, since the beginning of time, about what a girl is supposed to be and what a boy is supposed to be. Boxes, by the way, that don't work out so well for many men and women, regardless of whether they're trans or intersex or not.
Stay the course. You are loved and you're perfect, and no amount of external opinion can change what you are and needs to.